Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Happy Sunday. Let's prepare ourselves by taking a deep breath in and release the breath. Next, we're going to prepare for Om, or again, you can say Amen if you're not comfortable saying Om. So let's take a deep breath in. For those that are new to meditation, it's not always about complete silence. We look for stillness in our bodies and our minds, but it's actually impossible to stop the mind completely. Meditation can mean many different things on many different days. Sometimes we're observing our thoughts, just noticing them as they come in and out. Maybe a thought arises. What do we need for dinner? What do I need to do today? What about yesterday? What happens tomorrow? If questions, thoughts, or feelings arise, simply notice them and then come back to the breath, to the present moment, to the stillness right here and right now. Meditation is like a daily activity to tune ourselves for stillness, to find the moment. So the more often we do it, the easier meditation becomes. If it just so happens that this is your first time or you don't meditate often, it may be more difficult to calm the mind or to even observe it. But the more time we put in, the more patient we are, the more meditation actually becomes our ally, works with us. And over time, we do find a centeredness in ourselves, a very peaceful nature that begins to emerge and arise within. Always be watchful. Always be aware of what the mind is going, but we don't need to get attached to it. If the mind is wandering, simply take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and then release. I use breathing as a tactic. It can interrupt my desires. It can interrupt the speedy nature of my thoughts. And if I'm aware that I'm getting carried away or that I'm rambling, all I do is I come back to that deep breath in. I hold it at the top. I appreciate that stillness before I release. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And release. Let's take one more deep breath in, and then we'll sit in silence. 30 seconds or a minute. Just a little bit of stillness each and every day can take us so far. Our bodies and minds are so attracted and connected to action and effort. We're always trying, we're always doing, we always need to be occupied. But be mindful if that action is just a distraction. What is the purpose? What is the intent behind our actions? And if our moods are going high and low, maybe some days we're much happier and one day we're sad. Meditation is a way to sit with ourselves, to rediscover the stillness, to remind ourselves that it's all right, that in this moment there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're here, right now. If we're afraid or anxious, we're living in the future or the past, and neither of those times are now. Right now is a perfect, open, brand new moment. It has yet to be decided. And if our mind is already somewhere else, then we're not presently aware. We're living in a different reality, so to speak. We've created an illusion based on an interpretation from our mind. And when we breathe and meditate, we don't go anywhere. We're always just right here. I'd like to read you a verse, something that I wrote from my book, Open and Read. So I always like to flip to a page at random. Here we go. Number 69, it's not your fault. 69 is life's apology for all its terrible things, haunted by unspeakable memories, living with the pain that it brings. Maybe it was abuse or rape, struggle with family or depression. Hidden behind your eyes is an unseen oppression. We can't feel your pain. It may never be understood, for the things you've endured are things no person should. Even though it happened, search for hope over dismay. It was never your fault that it happened this way. I think it's powerful to hold ourselves accountable for our choices. But it's also very powerful to realize that this world, all this commotion, everything that's happening, it's been planted through people and actions and choices long before this body, this persona, this uniqueness was here. If there are things in your life that you'd didn't choose to happen, but rather they happened to you. Difficult things, things that could be unspeakable, that may have changed the path of who we are. I want you to remember that it's not your fault. And even if I can't comprehend what you may be going through, what your situation may be, there's still time to rewrite the story, not the past, but the rest that lies ahead. Yes, difficult things happen in everyone's life, but we have the power of the choice to decide in this moment to determine what comes next in our life. Let's close today's meditation with one more Om or Amen. So let's take a deep breath in. Have a great week, everyone. And of course, the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.